styles, you know we got one. Right back like we left some. We don't duck smoke, we want all of it. So line them up, Trey sharp with the blade, you know we sizing it up. I'm quick to catch the fade, you know styles making the cut. Cause we coming out clean every time that we showing up.
It's gonna be called The Barbershop.
What up, folks? Welcome back. It's a brand new episode of this week's Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast. We are streaming live on our YouTube channel, on the Facebook page. You can also follow us live on our Instagram at Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast. And also you follow us live on Twitter at Barbershop SPOR2 and also on our Twitch channel. It's the homie Trey Frazier and the homie Maestro Styles back at it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Been a few weeks, man, but back and better than ever, man. What's going on? How was your break?
Not a break at all. So all the eventfulness that I'm sure you about to share, wasn't none of that shit going on my side.
Oh, okay. Well, I wouldn't call it a break either.
But
I wouldn't call it a break
yeah,
because we was working.
I will say happy belated. To my baby. My baby did turn 15 last week. So happy birthday to my baby. Love you.
That's what's up. And happy belated birthday to the homie Alex.
For sure.
You know, wanna give him
A
a
Train.
shout out. Yep, no doubt. Yeah, I mean, I wish I could say the same. I mean, it was a break from, the work that I get paid to do, but it certainly wasn't a break from all the, family stuff that needed to get done here and out of town and other places. So, big shout out to the family. Happy to see some of my cousins back down in Monk's Corner. Shout out to Monk's Corner, South Carolina. All that good stuff. It was cool, man. It was cool. Second day of my new job today. So things is going pretty good so far, for the first, couple of days. So that's pretty cool. But
as it should on your first day. I mean,
yeah,
it would like that's orientation low key.
Pretty much.
I would hope that it's going. Yeah, I would hope it was going
pretty much.
Fucking 2 days.
Yeah. Haven't been thrown to the wolves just yet, but
yeah,
things is going pretty good so far. So I could say that.
Well, I have. Obviously, I can't speak on job politics on my side, but I have been thrown to the wolves for the past 3 weeks. I'll tell you offline, but I have been in the wolf den,
in the trenches,
fighting for my life for the past 2 or 3 weeks. So.
In them trenches, man.
Yeah, but God got a plan. I gotta trust that.
Yeah, absolutely. But this is a special show. Today,
for sure,
just want to officially announce that it is the 10-year anniversary of the Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast. As you can see in the logo in this video on the upper right-hand side, just want to say to you, brother, happy 10th anniversary to you on
yes, sir,
on your half of making this all possible.
Hey man, congratulations to you too. This feels like the meme where the little joke that was going around where male friends call each other and say, "I just want to tell you good night." This feels like that.
Oh, I haven't seen that meme.
What I mean, it's not a meme. I guess it's a TikTok trend. I guess, but you haven't seen that?
I haven't seen it.
That's crazy, bruh. That's crazy.
I mean,
okay.
I don't have TikTok, but that doesn't mean I haven't been exposed to it.
Well, isn't that? And it's definitely, I don't be on TikTok, but I see it. I be seeing it on Instagram. But yeah, man, it feels that way. If you saying congratulations to me feels that way on a smaller scale, but I'm gonna overlook it.
Pause. I'm gonna just throw the early pause in there because I don't know.
Yeah, the happy anniversary to you too.
I don't know where this is going. But we talking about the podcast, people. We're talking about
pod anniversary,
yes.
10 years, man. We a long way from that small apartment in my house, my small apartment 10 years ago in
In the old
2015.
building, yep. In the other
Um,
building.
in the old building, and yep. So long way from there. Ups, down, all the things that come with anything that you do for a long time, man. Um, and plenty of times I'm sure, and I'm sure as much as I'm sure it was like, man, is what are we still doing this
Yeah.
for? And but we still here. We're right now. I wouldn't do a sports podcast with anybody else in the world. Um, my brother, I mean, not the only person I talk sports with, but the only person I can trust that's going to be somewhat knowledgeable of it. We could have somewhat of a dialogue
Yeah,
about it.
word.
You know what I'm saying? So, my first choice, my only choice amongst my peer group. Cheers. If I was really thinking, I would have poured something up.
I mean, we got time.
Matter of
I
fact,
mean,
but it's gonna require me to walk
we
away from
really
the
don't.
camera.
I was just playing around with the we got time thing, but we really don't got
Well,
time.
hold on. Well, I got a shot glass right here because my life is crazy.
Uh,
I'll explain to you why my life is crazy in a little bit. Why? No, I'll explain it to you offline. Let me say
well,
that.
I'll
I
just.
got a shot.
Uh
I just happen to have a shot of tequila lying around
huh.
here because my life is crazy. I'm gonna pour this shot. I'm not gonna drink the whole shot because then you're not gonna get a productive podcast from me because this
Well,
is that mezcal that with the worm in the tequila.
this is the only liquid I got over here. Pause. This bottle of alkaline water here. So, um, hey, salute, man.
Hold on. I just happened to see this tequila here. You see the worm is in the joint.
Yeah.
Salute. I'm not
Salute.
going. There's no way in hell I'm gonna take this whole shot.
Salute, bro.
God damn, that bitch potent.
Yeah, I mean, all the things you said. There were moments where it was definitely like, man, what are we still, what are we still doing here? We're not progressing. We're not growing, and we found a way to make some changes, grow from those early years, and still be standing here, to have folks talking about us on social media is a pretty great thing. It's a pretty great feeling, and I feel like there's a lot more that this podcast can do. Speaking of which, I want folks out there, if you're watching or listening, we're going to be celebrating this 10-year anniversary of the podcast throughout the rest of this 2025 calendar. I want you guys to be on the lookout for some updates and some announcements coming up. We're working on a few things. We're trying to get some things situated for you guys. It'll be really, really exciting things coming up. We're just trying to patch some things up, and hopefully we'll have an update by next week of we'll at least have an update of something next week. We're working on a couple of things that'll be exciting, and we certainly look forward to it.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, I second everything you said. Wouldn't necessarily said nothing about it, but I can respect your transparency, in revealing the fifth
Podcast
wall
101, man.
around there. Yeah, I don't know if it's 101, man. I see a lot of people that say we shouldn't do it, but fuck it, here we
Yeah.
are. Yeah, man. I guess before we talk about the AFC North, man, one of the main conversations, not necessarily news points, but the main conversations that has been across my timeline in the past
Yep.
2 weeks has been, what would you prefer? I guess it's a sort of a welcome back icebreaker. Would you prefer as an athlete? Obviously we're not
Yep.
athletes.
Far from it.
What's a better career? The $400 million in your career, or 3 rings in your career?
What's the better career?
Yeah,
For
for you.
me, look, I want to win. I mean, as much as the money sounds great, if you're talking from an athlete's perspective, you play to win, man. I want the rings. That's just me. That's
You
just
want
me.
so you would take 3 rings over $400 million
I
dollars.
take 3 rings. Yep.
So I'm taking $400 million.
Respect.
At the end of the day, it's a game.
Respect.
It's a game. And yes, would it be nice to win at the quote unquote win at the
Mhm.
game? Sure. Yes, not sure. Yes,
Yeah.
it would
Yeah.
obviously. But $400 million means you win at life. I don't, and maybe because I'm not an athlete, I don't put so much, like, from my perspective is,
Now remember, as
if
an
I'm
athlete,
400,
I mean, we're talking as
no,
athletes.
I didn't say
Because if
as
you
an
ask me as
athlete.
a regular cat, I'm taking the 400 milli easy. But
Well, even if I mean, if Maestro Styles played
okay,
basketball, I would take the $400
okay.
million
No, I
dollars.
just wanted you to clarify that
Yeah,
before you started to go
yeah,
into, you know, you personally
but
and you not being an
well, it
athlete.
is me
That's all.
personally. Well, no, it is me
Okay,
personally. It is
okay,
me personally. If I play
okay.
sports and you ask me, now look, I get it. Everybody want to win. You know what I'm saying? But $400 million, $400 million. I'm a, like James Harden. I guess that's where the a lot of the conversation
Mm.
came from. James Harden, has made $400 million in his
Hmm.
career, and regardless of what you want to say about who he is, how he is, who he on the court.
Right.
I mean, that Bama has set up legacy, generational
Oh,
wealth,
for sure, for
um,
sure,
all the things,
for sure.
and the only he's a Hall of Famer. The only thing you're putting to his uh putting on him is that he never won a
Yeah.
championship. And look, I get where that if the only thing if you made $400 million, and maybe this is going to change in a few years, but if you've made $400 million, it's safe to
Hmm.
say that you are either you're going to be a Hall of Fame player at the end of your career or somewhere very close to it. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, I would say it's right there. I would say it's right there.
Yeah, like you. I mean, like maybe next
Hmm.
CBA, $400 million don't necessarily guarantee you be a Hall of Fame player. But if you make $400 million in your NBA
Right. I
career,
think currently
you're
now, yes, but I think I kind of side with you years from now. Because look, guys are, there's guys that are getting overpaid of what their value is just because it's market.
yeah,
So I think
yeah,
in a few years when another CBA comes up and more money is to be made on the books and more players are making money, and even the guys that are like the second string or even the third string guys are getting, a certain X amount of dollars per year. Yeah, you can make over a certain amount of money. You can make, 9 figures. Doesn't mean you're a Hall of Famer. Um, I think if we're talking 5, 6 years from now, but I think right
yeah.
this moment,
$400 million, you probably have had
right
a
this
Hall of
moment,
Fame career.
yes. Hmm.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? I think about it in this, like, yeah, like Charles Barkley gets jokes for, Shaq gets his jokes off on Charles
Yep.
Barkley because he didn't win a ring. But I mean, I Hall of Famer, all to say, like, nobody gonna sit here and fake on Charles Barkley. Like, Charles Barkley ain't one of the best power forwards to ever play the
Right.
game, regardless if he won a championship or not. You know
Right.
what I'm
Right.
saying? It just is what it is. Me personally, I understand. I think I understand. I can't say I fully understand. I ain't never been in a championship
Hmm.
conversation in real, as me. But I think I understand it. But if you telling me right now, hey, bro, these are your choices: 400 million or 3 rings. Yeah, I think I'm taking the 400 million. Because the inverse of that, and I'm going to extremes, could be Robert Ory. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like, Robert Ory got six,
Yep.
seven, 6 or 7, whatever the number
Yeah.
is, and he ain't sniffed. And I get, the '90s. Obviously, I got something to do with it, but he ain't sniffed $400 million, and I'm sure he's fine financially in life. Let's say I hope
Right.
he is.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying. But $400 million is $400 million, and if you ever had the opportunity to
Yeah.
touch $400 million,
That hits different than $90 million.
Sure.
Not that I
And,
would sniff at $90 million because I would
and
I
not
would
at
take
all.
that
Not at
too.
all. Not at all. Not at
I would
all.
take that
Not at
too.
all. I mean, I guess if we was playing the whole game, I would probably give me the median of it. Give me $200 million in one ring. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And if that was a choice, I would take
Right.
that.
Right.
But if you're asking me between the two, yeah, for certain, give me the
I
400
also
million.
want to acknowledge the connotation that that question somewhat gives. So when you say 3 rings or $400 million, the 3 rings part of it denotes the idea that that particular athlete took less money so that the team could build, a better roster around him to get those rings. It
Um,
does on the face.
I don't
On
know.
face value, it does.
I think you might be, going a little deeper than the
Sure,
question.
sure. But that's what I like to
Yeah.
do. But
Yeah.
that's
I don't know. I don't know that that has to be. I don't know that has to be the case. I mean, look, you get a team with a whole bunch of youngins, and you're the
mhm.
star, and you just go to a team with youngins who play hard, and you're the star, and you was just the piece that they
Yeah,
needed to win a
yeah,
championship. That don't necessarily mean that that could have been the
yeah,
case,
yeah.
or you could have made your money, made your 200, 250, and now because you won a ring, you'd have made whatever your number is where you're
Mhm.
comfortable. Now it's like, all right, I've been here 8 years, let's say 5 years, and now I'm ready to win a ring. Let me go to this team for the cheap. I guess in your situation, I'm saying it could happen both
Yeah,
ways,
that's the
but
point I was trying to get to. I was just saying
yeah,
that
yeah,
on the face value of the question, one would think, okay, 3 rings could just mean he's not earning as much as the $400 million. It could mean that he took less money, but it could also mean that he
you made
got
just as much
paid
money.
while being on
Yeah,
a good team still.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, obviously it could be one or
Yeah.
the other. I'm just saying, yeah, if I got a choice, yeah,
Oh,
go on, give me the 400
respect,
million.
respect to that.
Yeah.
So have you seen the back and forth between Gilly and Cam Newton?
Kind of, kind of. I guess I need to get this resolved once and for all. Is that Gilly twerking at the end of the Move Bitch video?
It looked like him. I didn't even investigate it even that
It
further.
looks like him.
I didn't
It looks a lot like
It looks
fucking
like him.
Gilly. It do.
Did you
I
know it
don't know.
was him at the
I
time
don't.
that the video was released?
Yeah, I didn't. I did. I mean, I knew Gilly existed, but I wasn't. I didn't. I mean, I knew who Gilly was
Yeah,
because he was writing Wayne's raps
yeah,
back
major
then. But
figures, all
I
that.
didn't know
Yeah,
who Gilly was. But I wasn't a Major Figures fan in the 2019.
right,
When they was
right. No,
popping, I wasn't
I
listening to that.
wasn't either. It's just, I guess for me, one of those at least for me, one of those recognizable faces. But when that video came out, I didn't know that was him.
Yeah, Gilly is dead. Gilly wasn't a recognizable face in two
No,
thousand
I
two.
get that universally
Yeah,
he wasn't. I'm just saying for me because his
like you knew what he looked
those
like back
videos
then.
came out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Those videos, those major
Oh,
figures
yeah.
videos came
Like
out. Yeah,
I never knew what Gilly. Like I said, only I knew who Gilly
right.
was because of the Lil Wayne stuff. But I never
Okay.
knew what Gilly looked like
Oh,
back
okay.
then.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
saying.
the major figures videos. Yeah, that's us.
Yeah, I'm aware,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, I never watched the video. Never, I just knew that those songs existed.
Hmm.
I was not a Major
Right,
Figures. No disrespect. I wasn't a Major Figures fan.
right, right. Yeah, it looked like him. It looked like him. I'll say that.
Okay, well, I say this. I say this. You know, Gilly Jai crashed out a little bit. You know
A
what I'm
little.
saying? He crashed out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I like if you asking me to pick a side, And something that I don't think is real, by the way.
Oh, for
It's
sure.
just
It's entertainment.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Um, yeah, he crashed out a little bit because Cam had a criticism of Jalen Hurts.
yep.
Um, like, all right, bro, like he a bitch ass nigga because he feel, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, it was a little extra. It was a little
Yeah,
extra, but or Gilly
that's what
is
he do.
he's a little extra when it comes to sports and sporting
Hmm.
events. And I just seen he put on a boxing event. Him and Wallow put on a boxing event over the weekend, I think it was,
Hmm.
of like, I guess, non-boxers fighting.
Yeah,
And I seen a video of this big girl knocking this other big girl out, and I was like, oh yeah, I mean, okay, like he just extra, just type of
yeah,
nigga he is. He just,
yeah.
but that was a little extra for me. That's not my bag. Oh, I don't agree with your sports take. Or I called Jalen Hurts a non-top 10 quarterback, and I gotta
Hmm.
get called a bitch ass nigga and all those types of things. Like
Right.
I don't really take bitch ass nigga to, like that, like that's family. Like, maybe family gets that
Hmm.
off, but my family don't, like, that's not how we talk to each other. So it's like,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
that's not a move. Like, the only, like
Uh.
me and Melvin might get into that bag, but like that's not
Hmm.
some type of shit we like. That's not shit we do.
Um. Gilly's a genius. Um. And I love the whole Eagles ambassador, mascot, whatever you want to call it. He's trying to be the Spike Lee of, the Philadelphia
I
Eagles.
respect
I,
that.
I I love it.
Except for, you see him doing the same thing for Colorado. You see him do. I've seen those big hats in other places besides Philly teams.
Sure, sure. Now I got you, but for the most part,
Sure.
he's the Eagles ambassador. He was on local news after they won the Super Bowl. He was at the parade. He had a little bug. He has the little buggy that he dances in front of every time the Eagles win. All the videos that go viral after an Eagles win, even after an Eagles loss. So look, I respect it, and the fact that he gets to hold the Super Bowl trophy, that's pretty cool to me. So, respect to Gilly on that front, and respect to him for getting us to really kind of talk about this. Um, but boy, I love Cam's clapback. The both clapbacks. I I love the cards that he pulled, especially with the which video, the
Move,
move.
bitch.
Yeah, yeah,
Move,
yeah,
bitch.
yeah,
The
yeah.
ludicrous joint.
Yep, yep. I love pulling that out the hat, and look, don't be surprised if neither one of these guys ends up on each other's platform in the next several
To be
months.
honest with you, I don't think it's. I mean, to be honest with you, I'd be less surprised. I think they're going to eventually figure out a way to talk it out and be on each other's shows.
Yep, yep.
I don't think that, like I said, this. I don't think that shit is real beef. I think Gilly might have crashed out a little bit, but
Hmm.
I don't think it's real beef. But like, dog,
Nah,
it's like these
it's
niggas
not.
they making too much money, dog. Like, if they
Yeah,
see that there's an opportunity or a need or a want for them to get on and have a conversation about what happened, or have
yep,
sports conversations,
yeah.
I think if the money presents itself the right way, they will do it. Gilly is a
Oh,
hustler.
absolutely.
Gilly about his money. Wallow about his money. Cam about his money. Um, I think they'll just have a real conversation. I don't think that's real. I
No, no,
think,
no.
like I said, I think Gilly just went a little too far with it. And
Yep.
and I think they would need to have a conversation. This man, like, hey, bro, like, all right, we media and all that, but that was a little too far. And and then they'll squash it and get back to content,
Yeah, yeah.
or
For
peaceful
sure, for sure.
content. I don't
Yeah,
think that's
yeah.
no big. I don't think that's nothing big at all. At all.
No, nah, nah. Not for 1 second. I mean, even Cam said it. Like he respects they grind and all that stuff. But look, you come at me, I'm gonna come at you. Like that. That's just the way it's gonna be. And look, gonna do business, gonna break bread together, maybe one day. So, look, I'll watch it. I'll watch whoever goes on whoever's platform. I'll watch
Sure.
it. You know what I mean?
I guess.
Like,
I mean, but I ain't. It ain't nothing I'm running to. I mean, I'm good on. I'm good with the clips. I mean, I watch Cam's Instagram clips because they pop up on my timeline. I watch them
Yeah,
joints all the
yeah, I do
time.
too.
But
I
yeah,
do
but
too.
yeah, but I ain't, like I ain't like, oh shit, I got to watch his watch his long form podcast or even $1 million worth of game, and that's one of the bigger podcasts, urban podcasts in the
Hmm.
game. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't running to watch that shit. I just ain't.
Nah, nah, I hear you. I hear you. What else you got?
That's all I got, man. On other shit. I mean, I guess we need to get into this AFC North shit, man. Let's talk about the AFC North real quick, man.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. Have you watched any of the first week's preseason stuff?
I watched a little bit of Shador. I watched a little bit of the Steelers Jaguars, but you know, it was all particularly with the Steelers game. Um, you know, I ain't really see nothing that was like, oh, Travis Hunter got snaps on both sides of the ball. Shout out to Travis Hunter.
Yep.
But Steelers wise, I mean, it
Because
ain't
Rogers
really.
didn't play, right?
It ain't, yeah, I mean, but truthfully, it ain't no real position battles going on in Pittsburgh for real, for real. Like we know who's going to be starting for the most part. I got a
Yep.
pretty good guess of who's going to be starting for the most part.
Yep.
As far as this goes on offense and defense, I think the only I was watching something on YouTube earlier today, and they was talking about the only real interesting position battle for real in training camp has been Corliss Waitman versus the guy we signed from the Texans Cameron Johnston
Hmm.
last year, because Cameron Johnson got injured last year and Corliss Waitman had to come in relief, but he kicked his ass off last year. And so now in preseason, it's looking like a little bit of a competition of, who we going to keep, Corliss Waitman or Cameron Johnston. Um, but outside of that, man, I mean, like we kind of know what this is, man. Like we ain't really confused about who going to be starting and who not going to be starting in Pittsburgh.
Right. 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 Yeah. The Ravens played the Colts in the first preseason game. I was just too tired with some work at my grandmother's house down in South Carolina, so I rarely had any opportunity to check out what was going on there. But I guess from the Ravens flock, in response to what they saw in the game, and during these practices, um, Daniel Falele, the right guard, is still kind of suspect, still playing suspect at that position. And a lot of the fan base is calling for Ben Cleveland to at least get an opportunity to challenge him, for the starting guard position. Um, he's had a rough go of it last year. Media's questioning him about it. Fans have been questioning his play and why Harbaugh continues to, keep him as the starting guard. And he's just not going to back down from it. I don't know what he's got against Ben Cleveland. I don't know what the inside, what's going on inside the castle there as far as why Ben Cleveland's not getting as much opportunity as he could because of Falele's play. But I could guarantee you this is probably going to be an ongoing thing again going into this offseason until, God forbid, somebody gets hurt because of, the lack of guard play there on that right
Mm-hmm.
side. And,
Mm-hmm.
I just hope, Lamar is not the victim of, his play there. So, but I mean, that's really all I can kind of take out of what's been going on, preseason, training camp wise. I'm gonna watch the next preseason game and really kind of get a feel for, who's really got a legit shot, to make the team there.
Yeah.
But I really want to get into Shador Sanders, pause, because I watched the majority of that game when we got back off the road and the game
Mm-hmm.
was on, so I was able to kind of tune in a little bit more there. Um, I thought Shador Sanders did exactly what I thought he would do. It's just play the way he's been playing going back to Colorado. I thought he had some good throws. I thought there was a couple moments there where he held the ball a little too long. Nothing new there. That's been a thing of his, going back to Colorado. But I just thought he played well overall. I know there's a lot of hype, in social media circles as far as, hey, Shador should really get the chance to be the starter. I know you've said in the past that he is the maybe I'm phrasing this incorrectly, but you said that he is the better quarterback of the five that is
Yep.
there right
Yep.
now. He should
be,
get the job.
but he probably not.
I got a feeling
Joe Flacco's going to start week 1.
Flacco's going to be the week 1 starter.
Yeah, he's playing for number 2 right now.
Yeah.
Kenny Pickett and Gabriel are injured. I didn't realize they also have Tyler Huntley on the quarterback roster right now, along with Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
I am
They got 6 quarterbacks, man.
They 6 quarterbacks is crazy. I am super interested into how they're going to frame that out. I know what we think because we've talked about it at length, but I am super interested to see how that pans out. But the way I see it, Joe Flacco is going to be the starter, and everybody else is vying for number 2. And it would be clear based on reports I've seen and how his output in this preseason game that he would be the penciled in number 2 right now. He did what he needed to do. I mean, look, accuracy when he's accurate, it's there. Like all the things that we talked about before he was drafted, same things we talked about in Colorado are similar things that he did. He definitely threw a very accurate pass on that touchdown pass. But dare I say, I don't know if that was a great decision. It was in like the double triple coverage.
It was there. Yeah, it was a lucky, circumstance.
I mean, I won't necessarily call. I don't know if it's luck. I mean, maybe. I know it was against non-number ones.
Yeah,
I know that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that route that may have gone a different route if those were against that team's number ones. Maybe. Maybe.
Right.
I didn't look at that and was like, I didn't look at it and say, man, that was a amazing throw. I looked at it more like, okay, he got it in there. That's what's up. I mean, we know he can do it if he has to do it, but I mean, in this early in the season, I think a coach would be looking more for decision making than having a quote unquote play hero ball. But I understand his plight. I mean, it seems like he on the depth chart, he's like the 5th wide receiver before going into this game. So it's like, all right, if I got to play, I got to make it happen. So I mean, I get it. I mean, I think he even said in his post game or one of these presses he's had, it was like, yo, like I gotta play this game like it's my last because you never know what could happen. Like that's something he said. And I mean, I think those throws or that first touchdown throw was indicative of his thought process. Like, I mean, maybe this ain't the best decision to make, but if I get that bitch in there, they gonna see it, and it's gonna be a highlight immediately. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, respect to Shador Sanders for taking the risk and it paying off. But I mean, I didn't look at that throw and was like, yo, that was the best decision. I looked at it like a better throw, but not the best decision. And those are things that I would think are gonna can backfire later on in his career. So I hope he don't get into the habit of throwing into double coverage when you can just do something else.
Right.
Live the player never down.
Yeah, he threw 2 touchdowns, 14 for 23, 138 yards passing. Plenty of good. Some of the bad stuff, some of the ugly stuff in there, but plenty of good.
A good preseason debut for sure.
Yeah.
Good, not great, just a good, solid performance. He got the touchdowns. He didn't turn the ball over. That's all you can really ask of any quarterback that's playing for your football team.
Right. So I was just looking at this depth chart, and I'm trying to get a feel for what they're trying to do for this next preseason game because I've heard some things on TV where they got Shador as like QB4, I guess, going into this next game. They got Joe in there as QB1, then Pickett as QB2, Gabriel is QB3, and then Sanders is QB4. So I've heard some not so good reactions to it. I guess my reaction to it is that you got to give each of these guys an opportunity.
Yeah, it's not a big.
It's
It's
just
not.
too many. It's just too many. It's just too many guys here that you can't just say, okay, this guy's gonna be QB1 for every single preseason game.
Yeah, it's not rocket science because, like I said, Joe, for better or for worse, Joe Flacco is going to be a number one. You need to find out
Right.
what you got in Dylan Gabriel, and if for nothing more than to put tape out for other teams who may be interested in a quarterback,
Hmm.
you need to get tape on Dylan Gabriel. You know who Kenny Pickett is. This is his third team. You got an idea. You got tape on Kenny Pickett, but you still want to give him a shot to try to get the number two spot. Like this ain't rocket science. Everybody's going to get a chance to run with the number one team, and we'll see who looks the best and possibly make a decision based on who looks the best. Because I ain't gonna hold you. Just based on and maybe I'm basing this off of what I've seen from Kenny Pickett.
Yeah.
Um, like Kenny Pickett ain't gonna be a number two. I'm sorry.
Nah.
I don't think that the Cleveland Browns should pick Kenny Pickett as their number two. If you're gonna do it, it would be nothing more than he has more experience than everybody else. But that
I
would
don't
be the
think
only
he's gonna be on
reason.
the roster when they
Yeah,
start trimming this roster down.
yeah,
I think I think at this stage, I think if they take three quarterbacks, to me, it's Gabriel, Shador, and Joe Flacco. I think those are the three if they go with three quarterbacks. I think
yeah.
everybody else, Deshaun will be on still on IR. I think Kenny gets traded or cut, and then Huntley gets traded or cut at this point.
Mhm.
At least that's my prediction on it.
Yeah, I can. I don't disagree. I don't disagree. I know Shador Sanders is going to be on this team.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Both the
That.
rookie quarterbacks will be on this team.
Well, I remember you had a earlier in the conversation. You felt like they might be able to flip Dylan Gabriel.
Mm, yeah, I thought that, but now I'm kind of thinking. I think maybe you kind of go the RG3 Kirk Cousins route because remember that draft they drafted both those guys. Those guys I
Yeah.
think they're gonna make those both rookies are gonna make the roster.
Okay. I mean, some would say you want a veteran. You want at least one veteran there,
Yep.
if as a backup. Because if you bench Joe Flacco, or when you bench Joe Flacco,
Yep.
let's say Shador Sanders gets the nod first, and he don't necessarily make the cut like you want him to do. And now you're gonna say in week 7 throw Dylan Gabriel out here.
Hmm.
I don't know if that's. I don't know if the Cleveland Browns want to go that route. Let me say that. Do you feel
Yeah.
like the Cleveland Browns are not a talented roster on paper?
No, on paper I think they are a talented roster.
Yeah,
I think so.
I saw somebody saying that they not talented. I saw somebody say that past Jerry Judy, they don't have no wide receivers, and I swore that Deontay Johnson and Elijah Moore was there. Um,
Yeah, I mean the departure of Nick Chubb definitely hurts, but they still got some
they
good
got
players on that
Jerome
team.
Ford and Joku. But they got a who is it? Was it Dalvin Sampson from Tennessee? I think they drafted as at running back, who's supposed to be one of those plug and play backs who want to be productive immediately.
Right.
I mean, look, I'm not sitting here saying they the Philadelphia Eagles, but you know what I'm saying. And I don't think they're going to have a winning season. But to say they don't have talent, they
They
got
got
guys who they can throw the
and
ball
on
to.
defense, let's not forget Denzel Ward.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
That kid Newsom. Like, we're not gonna forget those
I mean, they
guys.
still
They
got what I
talented.
mean. Look, they still got one of the better defensive backfields in the league.
Yeah.
Say what you want. I mean, I'm not gonna call them number one right now, but they definitely got one of the top 5
Yeah.
defensive backfields. Like Delpit, don't he's there. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I agree with that. I agree with that. Hey, quick shout out to our boy Keontae from Pays and Plays
What
podcast.
up? What up?
he's got something interesting. He says Browns are smart. They got collateral for other teams. Few teams need a quarterback after some of the preseason games that he's seen. For example, the Saints, which I don't know what the Saints did in their preseason game,
Not
but
at all.
I assume that the
Chuck.
kid Tyler Slow
Oh.
was very slow. So, what do you
Yeah,
think
but
about
then,
that? Because
well,
I,
it's like what we were saying though. It was,
mhm,
or more so what you were saying. That you could you could flip Dylan Gabriel. You could flip
yep,
him.
yep,
Now, I mean, but again, it's just a matter of like in the Saints example. You're gonna really go get 5'10" Dylan Gabriel and bring him to New Orleans because Tyler's slow. I thought his name was like Shucky or something, but
hmm
but because he not performing and like y'all gonna do that in the preseason. That really gonna bring in another rookie in the preseason. Like he's already a rookie, so you're gonna bring him from Cleveland to New Orleans. If hope that he can catch on to the program. Y'all in the middle of the program now.
yeah,
It'd be one thing to bring a veteran because a veteran understands, even if he don't know the system, he know how things work. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
right,
But
right,
like to
right.
bring in Dylan Gabriel to New Orleans in that example, that don't seem like that would work out.
Yeah, it's not going to be because of performance. So here's the example I think where the Browns could like legitimately be in a conversation for trading one of those quarterbacks. Um, Justin Fields had a little scare
Yeah,
in training camp. I think it was a toe. It ended up being a toe injury, but folks kind of feared that it was something worse than that.
yeah,
And I think one of the people that covers a team alluded to the idea of maybe the Jets should have a conversation with the Browns about a trade for Shador Sanders. Yeah, it sounds hot take-ish, which it is a hot take, for sure. Certainly something to think about, even if it's not for Shador. But I think in a situation where your quarterback goes down, suffers a brutal injury in training camp or in one of these preseason games, I think that's where the Browns kind of come in and say, "Hey, you looking for a quarterback? We got 6 of them. You
yeah.
you
I
got you
mean,
down a
I mean, yeah.
quarterback?
I mean, you
Hey,
definitely, yeah, for sure. They have draft capital, or trade capital rather. They definitely
yep,
got trade capital. You don't need 6 quarterbacks, one way or the other. You just don't need six
yeah,
quarterbacks. And it's just a matter of what the team want, what the team trading for. One, do you want a veteran or you want a rookie? You know what I'm saying? We got
yep,
veterans and we got rookies. We got Tyler Huntley, we got Kenny Pickett, and then we still got Shador and Dylan Gabriel. And I don't care where they
mhm.
drafted Shador Sanders, they're keeping Shador Sanders over Dylan Gabriel. If
This is truly a AFC North preview because we got a team that's got 2 former AFC North quarterbacks
Yeah,
on the
nah,
roster.
yeah, and it's just the Browns, man. The Browns. That's all I can say.
Yeah,
The
got
Browns.
gotta love them, man. Gotta love them. So what's the status with Trey Hendrickson with
Uh, I-
Cincinnati? It's still
Last I heard, he was going to go back to camp, or
mhm.
is he still sitting down?
Yeah, that's a very good question.
I
I
thought
know
I
he ain't get
saw
paid yet.
something.
I know he ain't
No,
get paid.
which says to me, he about to not get paid.
Yeah, I
In my
mean,
opinion, in my
I,
opinion,
and I
I
don't think it
can't.
makes sense for them to tag him at this point either, because the tag's gonna
I thought they
be.
already did. I thought they already. I feel like they tagged someone, and I can't remember on the top of
I
my
don't
head.
think it was Trey
Okay,
Hendrickson.
no, it definitely was not Trey Hendrickson. I'm just saying.
Oh,
I
got
feel
you,
like they
got you.
tagged somebody. I don't. I just don't remember who it was right now.
You know what? It was T. Higgins. They tagged T. Higgins.
No, they gave T Higgins a contract.
They gave him a contract after they tagged him.
So would that make the tag null and void?
Yeah, you can tag somebody and then still negotiate something,
Right.
an
So what I'm
extension of
saying
some
is,
sort. Yeah.
so that means they can tag someone else now. Is what I'm asking.
Oh,
Now that
can they
they've done
tag
a deal
somebody
with him,
else?
now that they've done a
That
deal with T
that I don't
Higgins,
know.
right? Now that
That
they've
that I
done it
don't know.
because he's not tagged anymore. If they gave him a deal, right?
Sure. Sure, but I just didn't know if you can use the tag on somebody else if you come to an agreement with the person you tag. That part
Right.
I wasn't sure about.
Yeah, I don't know either, but I feel like because they definitely did a deal with T Higgins, so
Yeah, they
he's
definitely
not
did a
tagged.
deal.
He's not tagged anymore.
He's not.
Yeah,
Don't mean somebody else is, but
sure. I just thought somebody was tagged. I didn't realize it was T Higgins
okay.
though.
Okay, yeah. March 3rd, Bengals placed the franchise tag on T. Higgins.
Mm-hmm.
Um, thought I had another update, but looks like I don't. But yeah, that was a tag. Yeah, that was the only
Okay.
tag that was put on him.
Okay. So they
Um,
can't. I mean, so they definitely ain't. If they haven't done a deal, then I thought they did a deal. What was the
they
deal?
but they did do a deal.
Right. So we just don't know if that deal voids the tag and that they can tag somebody else now. That's what we don't know.
Right. I think it, but I do think it voids the tag. I just don't know if that they can place that tag on somebody else on the roster.
Gotcha.
I think is the question there.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. I don't
so
know.
this is an ongoing thing now. This Trey Hendrickson thing is really really interesting.
Well, one thing for sure is that he's not gonna get whatever Dallas ends up paying Micah Parsons. He ain't getting
Mhm.
that.
Yeah,
I
because
don't.
let's
I
be
don't.
clear about that situation. He's getting money.
Yeah.
Like this whole clown show shit. That's they
Yeah.
talking about this stuff every day, and it's like, all right, y'all, we get it. we get what
Yeah. I
Jerry's
don't.
trying to do here.
What I'm
Okay.
trying to understand. I was talking to a Cowboys fan briefly about it.
hmm
Because I forget who I was listening to on ESPN, but they was like, dog, this Michael Parsons deal is the easiest deal in fucking history to get done. Like,
Yeah,
what is this? He should be the highest paid non quarterback in the NFL right now. What's so hard about this?
and he
And
will be.
it ain't hard to do it. Fucking TJ Watt is holds it right now at 41. So
Yep.
literally give him 45 because he's a little younger than TJ Watt and
Yep.
call it a fucking day. Like these rumors
Yep.
that they offered him $24 million and he calling that a reach and all these other histrionics, man. It's just the Dallas Cowboys being the Cowboys, and it's just like
hmm
I guess look, if that's how you do it, and the Cowboys have done it this way for years, meaning I'm gonna give you all the politics, all the stories, all the drama. I'm gonna do all this so y'all could be engaged in our team for everything besides what we putting on the field. This is what
hmm
they want to do. Like,
While
all
y'all
right,
while y'all being the distraction to what's actually
yeah.
going on in training
Well,
camp on the
the
field
truth
and all
is,
that.
but the truth is that they really not. It's really not a distraction, dog. It's really not. They do this every fucking year. I don't like if they got this deal done. The Dallas Cowboys ain't gonna be that's not gonna be the difference between them being 10-7 and them being 12-5. This Michael Parsons deal is not gonna be the difference between two wins.
Well, and I guess for some, I mean, we talking for some folks, they want to see the Cowboys go to a Super Bowl. It's about winning a championship,
Yep,
which
it
we
should be.
know they're not going to be in that conversation, even if they win 13 games, in the regular season and they get the NFC East crown. At the end of the day, this is not a team. Yeah, on paper, it looks like a good team that could contend for a championship, but at the end of the
Do
day,
they?
yeah,
You think this is like a
yeah,
championship team on paper?
I think that could contend for a championship. Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
I think they could on paper.
Um,
I just know they won't do it
yeah,
because it's the
that's
same
not.
old sad song
Yeah, well, that's
every
not.
year.
Yeah, but even when I look at the roster on paper, that's not where I have the Cowboys. Like, I just don't.
hmm
I just don't. And I know we're doing the AFC North preview, so I won't go down the rabbit hole. But
Yeah.
I don't see Dallas as a Super Bowl contending team based on their roster.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
what do you believe in? What do you believe in? Is their defensive line really that? Is their defensive line dominant? Is there what's
Offensive
dominant
line. Offensive line for
at
me.
that offensive line ain't dominant no more, bro.
I mean, they might not be dominant, but I think
They
it's
have a
still
good
good enough.
offensive line, but they're not a
Right,
dominant
right. It's
offensive line.
good. It's good. I think it's good enough to help them contend. Now,
I mean,
whoever they get
contend
to
for
run the
what though?
football for them,
Wild card?
that's the
Yeah, bro.
issue.
Like they don't have a dominant position, a dominant skill group on their team that's dominant. Where you look at that team and say we can ride this department and go and contend
Wide
for a Super
receivers?
Bowl. No.
Really?
And I like look, don't get it twisted.
Uh-huh.
I think George Pickens is going. I think both of them going to be 1,000-yard receivers. George Pickens and CD Lamb.
Right.
But unfortunately, the quarterback got to throw it to him. You know what I'm saying? That like is he going?
Which he has done in the past.
Sure, but do you think he going to put up MVP numbers?
He did a couple years ago.
Do you? I'm saying this year. Do you feel like this year 10 Dak Prescott is going to put up? When you look at
he can.
When you look at the whole landscape of that offense.
Yeah, I feel like
because you say good offensive line, I say mid offensive line. They don't have a running game to speak of, so he gonna be dropping back for his life. Everybody know what he's gonna be doing.
Right.
Ferguson is cool, but he's not he's not like how Dalton Schultz was when he was in Dallas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not a dominant pass catching. They don't have a dominant pass catching tight end. They have guys they like. You know what I'm saying? Like we know what's happening on offense. They're gonna they gunning for CeeDee Lamb. They're gunning for George Pickens. We don't know how George Pickens is going to act on the field. We don't know that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. The Dallas Cowboys are not in Super Bowl contention in my eyes.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll hop off the Cowboys then.
Yeah, no, you ain't gotta. If you like to hop on the Cowboys, that's fine, bro. You ain't gotta do that.
We talking AFC North right now.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
We talking AFC North.
I don't even know how we got to fucking Dallas. How did we even get there?
Oh, because we were comparing pass rushers, Trey Hendrickson and Micah Parsons. We were talking about the money that Trey Hendrickson could get, but we know the Bengals are probably not gonna get him that money.
Trey Hendrickson, I think Max Crosby is at about like 35, 30, somewhere 35, 38.
Mm-hmm.
I think Trey Hendrickson is going to be around in that field if they get him some money.
It ain't gonna be Cincinnati though. I mean, but I guess if nobody else comes calling,
I think Cincinnati is definitely. I mean, only reason I might side with you on that is because Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, and Jamar Chase, getting bread right now.
They're getting bread, yeah.
So maybe you're right. So 30. I mean, because they're
gonna offer him 30. They're gonna offer him a range of 30 to 35 million, and Trey gonna be like, I'm nah. I'd rather take
I don't mean no harm
on the market.
Sorry, Cincinnati fans. Is Trey Hendrickson really that nice, bro?
He's had a couple of good seasons.
Sure. Is Trey Hendrickson? Is he even Max Crosby money? I get with the market. The market.
He's definitely Max Crosby money. You think
so? Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, coming off that season he had, I mean, look, the Bengals defense, you and I saw it,
was absolute
ass
trash
last year. He's probably the one bright spot on that defense. What did he get? 17 and a half sacks last year.
Yeah, okay.
That's what's the market right now? The market right now is what, $41 million right now.
Okay, I guess for him, 17.5, that's top pass rusher money. That's top pass rusher stats. 17.5 sacks is top pass rusher stats. So, but I'm sorry, bro. I hear you, and I guess if you basing it solely on numbers, which for his case, his agent would be doing that.
Yep.
But I don't look at Trey Hendrickson and think game changing defensive player. I think him as a guy who's a good pass rusher on a team that didn't have any other good pass rushers, and he got his numbers. And that's not shade. Like, that's not saying he's trash. I'm just saying, bro. Like, but you didn't change. Your defense was still trash. Now, there are other components, but
for sure,
that make a defense work. But he just ain't that game changer. Talk about forced fumbles. Talk about how many turnovers he's had. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't.
I got you.
Our discussion is him getting 17.5 sacks. Khalil Mack was high up in the sack category if it wasn't was it last year we had the two six sack games, or was it 2 years
A
ago?
couple of years ago.
Yeah, it was a couple years ago. So he was up in that conversation, and before that, he was on the fringe of being watched.
Khalil
You know what I'm
Mack
saying?
was 30 something too when he
Yeah,
had that season too, right?
Yeah, all I'm saying is that while he does have the 17 and a half sacks, he did that. You can't take it from him. But is he just a sack guy, or is he a game changer on defense? And if he's not a game changer on defense, Myles Garrett is a game changer on defense. TJ Watt is a game changer on defense. This is just a guy who gets sacks, and sure, you should be paid for that, but I don't know if you should be paid $42 million for just being a sack guy and not a game changer.
So Crosby got his money first, then Myles Garrett, then TJ Watt, right? Was there somebody else in between that we're missing?
Those are the main names. Maybe there is, but nobody comes to mind right away.
Okay. Yeah. I think I would put him in that Max Crosby tier.
Yeah, me too.
I think the Bengals would be willing to pay the 30 to 35. I think Trey would decline that, and I think his agent would seek elsewhere. And I think there's another team out there that would give him the $40 million.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't know if that team going to be a contender.
Yeah, I'm. Well, I mean, shit. The Cincinnati Bengals ain't contenders right now, so go get your money.
You know what I mean? So who needs pass rush? Buffalo needs pass rush.
Buffalo, I don't know. Is Buffalo paying $40 million?
Right? No, they're not doing that. I mean, they just cut Von Miller for paying him $20-something million. So
yeah, but that's a little different. Von Miller at his age, $20 million is steep, and he wasn't good last year. He wasn't $20 million good. Let me say.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know. Would Kansas City do it?
It's the 40 number that's throwing me. It's the 40 number that's throwing me.
Sure. He might just want to go there just because it's the Chiefs.
Maybe he takes a pay cut for that. Maybe.
Yeah.
That's what I'd be thinking. Yeah, because Chiefs, you talking about a Super Bowl, possibly a Super Bowl contender every year with that quarterback. So maybe he takes a pay cut for that. Or Baltimore, does he take a pay cut for Baltimore? I would think so.
Yeah, and that would have to be free agent stuff. True. They're not gonna directly trade him to us. True. I mean, I love that, but
yeah.
Those things rarely ever happen unless you're McNabb from the Eagles to the Redskins.
And clearly they knew something. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. But
so the Cincinnati Bengals, I guess. Look, man, I hate to be terse, but good offense,
great offense.
Terrible defense, and unfortunately, you can't contend for a Super Bowl that way in today's NFL. You gotta be at least somewhat decent on defense. You have to be able to make a stop when it matters, and they can't make a stop when it matters, and nothing that they have done shows me that all of a sudden they're going to be able to stop the run game, stop anything on defense. Nothing they've done in the offseason makes me feel like this defense is going to be just a little bit better.
Yeah, I agree with you. Nothing in the offseason really kind of shows me that. I know they addressed some positions in the draft. If there's one thing to give the Bengals fans hope, it's probably those last 3 weeks of last season, because they did kind of, I don't want to say they turned up, but, when maybe you want to question the teams they played. I know they played Pittsburgh in the finale. I know Pittsburgh struggling a bit there. The week before that, I think, was the Broncos. The Broncos were contending for a playoff spot,
and they think not for nothing that the Broncos might be contending for the division this year.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a couple of weeks. But I've heard such things too. But they played the Broncos in that Week 17 matchup, and they beat Denver at home unexpectedly. And I forget who they played the week before, but they got a win that week also. It might have been Cleveland. I don't remember. But if there's any slight hope, I think you kind of got to look back at those 3 games, because I think those were the 3 games where you saw some improvement, just in terms of the points given up, not necessarily schematics per se, but down the stretch where they were fighting for the playoffs and they played a couple of teams that were fighting for playoff positioning. They came out with wins on that side. So,
I'm not basing it on that, because that's what the Cincinnati Bengals have done since Joe Burrow has been in this league. Start slow as hell in the beginning of the season, and then decide they want to go on a run at
Yep.
the end of the season for whatever reason. I mean, that's what they did when they went to the Super Bowl that year. It's like they went on this amazing, 9-10 game run from the regular season down to the playoffs to go to the Super Bowl. And I'm not buying that, because once again, this defense is trash. And when you go at the end of the season, let's say they make the playoffs, off of a 3-game winning streak, 4-game winning streak, like, dog, you're gonna deal with teams that play defense and offense. I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah.
And what depending on who you get Baltimore in the playoffs, you get Buffalo in the playoffs, who played some of the best situational defense in the AFC.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Denver's defense is no joke. Like,
like if you're asking me right now who's a better team, Denver or Cincinnati, right now I'm taking Denver. You know what I'm saying? So it's
for sure.
so it's just bro. Like, no, they're not competing. Cincinnati's not competing. And as we spoke about right before, they are Cleveland is definitely not competing, because they're a
No.
shit show as well.
No, for sure. Quick shout out to our
What
boy.
What up?
Amara's live.
The NFC North is the best division in football. I don't for certain. I mean, I can't really imagine why. I can't really imagine why, unless for some reason I haven't heard the best things coming out of Chicago with Caleb Williams.
Well, I thought he didn't play in the first preseason.
Well, I'm just talking about some of the things I've been seeing on
maybe?
timelines. Yeah, some of the things I've been seeing on timelines. Yeah, because I damn sure haven't watched no Chicago. I barely watched Pittsburgh this preseason. I damn sure ain't watched no damn Chicago. Yeah, okay. But I guess it depends on how they look. But yeah, because and then how you feel about? We won't do NFC North right now. We've done NFC North.
I was just gonna make one point. I don't trust Minnesota right now.
I agree.
With the questions with the quarterback, I don't trust it right this second. And then your boy getting a 3-game suspension, Jordan Addison.
For
For what was that? Was it game?
I don't know. I just saw a 3-game
drugs or something.
3-game suspension. I did see 3-game suspension. Yeah. I don't know about them either. Yeah. And I don't know about Chicago. And look, I think Detroit is going to be Detroit in some facet, but their offensive and defensive coordinators are gone. They're going to feel that. They are definitely going to feel that.
For sure. Green Bay is, they're going to do what they do, but the quarterback got to be, on point with the, cutting down the turnovers and stuff.
I don't think Green Bay is there yet. I think, I guess to kind of sum it up for Amara, in my opinion, I guess they would be the best division in football. I guess so.
They got a chance to be. So. I mean, look, I think the Bears win total, will increase from what was it, 5 wins last year. So
they only won 5 games last year.
They only won 5 games.
Yeah, I guess so. Because every game after the Hail Mary, they lost every game.
They won 1 game after that.
1 game, okay.
And it was in December, late December. So
yeah.
So but Amara, hey, check out our NFC North episode from a few weeks back, man. I think you'll get a kick out of some of the things we've been talking about there, and we had our boy Keontae on there repping the Packers. So
what up?
Make sure y'all check that out for sure. So I guess just to kind of wrap up the AFC North, Baltimore is the favorite.
Yeah.
Baltimore is the favorite to win the division. I would put Pittsburgh in second place right now, just because I don't trust the Bengals at this point. The Bengals got to show it. They got to show me. And we agree Cleveland will be the fourth place team on here. It's going to be interesting if the Ravens can somehow win the North again for the third straight year, which that's never happened, since they went more per conference. Have won more than 2 years.
I'm sure you're saying something about the Baltimore Ravens winning 3 years in a row. Hasn't been done since the inception of the Baltimore Ravens. You there?
Yep. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can
man,
hear you,
we was doing so good, man.
Hey man, that just means get about the game. The Baltimore Ravens are obviously the favorites to win the division. You got about maybe 2 more weeks of objectivity from me. And where I'm gonna act, I'm gonna act like Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback and
MVP Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, you only got a couple more weeks of objectivity from me. Once week 1 hit, I'm back on my
Jalen Warren gonna be a top 5 back.
Well, you know what I told you. Caleb Johnson is going to be the starter by the end of the year, so we ain't even got to worry about Jalen Warren. They don't even feel like Jalen Warren got the body to be a starting running back. Is what I'm hearing. The word is on Jalen Warren, which is why they drafted a running back.
Interesting.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting too because I just never thought of it, and I seen him start games and have a high carry rate and did okay.
Yep.
So I didn't understand where that was coming from, but that appears to be the word on Jalen Warren around camp. Caleb Johnson, but Caleb Johnson is nice, so I think he'll be fine. And then you got to forget we still got Kenneth Gainwell in our backfield and Trey Sermon in our backfield. You know what I'm saying? So not for nothing, a pretty decent running back room. But I guess getting into Pittsburgh, we better get that running game going. Troy Fautanu is back. He's going to be at right tackle, even though he's played most of his career at left tackle. But obviously Broderick Jones, we got at left tackle, so we just kind of hoping we can get that offensive line, that young offensive line going. Another year of Zach Frazier, another year of Mason McCormick. I'm just hoping that we can get that thing going good. And get that running game going good. Keep the ball out of Aaron Rodgers' hands until it's time to do some Aaron Rodgers magic. And see where it's going to take us, man. I mean, the defense is going to be the defense. I am going to miss Minkah Fitzpatrick. I'm going to miss Minkah Fitzpatrick, but
Jalen Ramsey, hey man, he there now. So.
And not for nothing, when we was having that conversation, I forgot about Juan Thornhill, who's now he's not Minkah Fitzpatrick by no stretch of the imagination, but he is a serviceable safety, veteran, been in the league for a long time. Yep. So we shall see. I mean, where it stands now, we got 2 veteran cornerbacks and a young gun in Joey Porter, and we still got Corey Trice, who I'm waiting to see what's going to happen with him. And don't forget about Beanie Bishop, man. Like, we got a decent defense on paper. Now, how it's all going to pan out when it's time to get to it, we shall see. But don't forget, we still got the best duo pass rusher in the league in Alex Highsmith and TJ Watt. Cam Hayward is still there. We just waiting to see how Derek Harmon and Keanu Benton is going to do as far as run support on the front line. But I mean, we look good on paper. I saw this online because that's where I get all my information at nowadays. That Madden has Pittsburgh top rated defense. Not for nothing has Baltimore top rated offense. Now I'm not a big Madden. Everybody knows that I'm not a big video game player at all. But I did think it was interesting that that Baltimore was ranked top defense and top offense. I'm sorry, and Pittsburgh was ranked top defense. I did find that interesting.
Well, I do want to shout out Isaiah Likely to just kind of get well and get back quickly because he did get hurt in training camp a few weeks ago. So I imagine that he's going to miss the entire preseason and then he'll be ready for week 1. But I do want to shout out these rookies too, man. Malachi Starks, Mike Green, who we drafted in this past draft, man. They look like they coming on really strong. This coming year. I'm surprised with the Madden stuff, but I can't be too surprised because Madden, these days I kind of look at it as it's just all to stir some conversation, even if it sounds legit that Pittsburgh would be rated number 1. That sounds legit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
even Baltimore does sound like, look, any team
Yeah.
with Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, regardless of what else happens on that offense,
right. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Both cases are legit, for number 1 offensive.
But they're just preseason rankings, so
exactly. Exactly. So
and I don't get my information off of video games, so there's that.
yeah. Hey, shout out to the homie Seahen, man.
What up?
Talking about Caleb Williams. They say he's slow and they're not pass protecting well. That sucks because the Bears did address their offensive line through a couple of trades.
No. I thought he's talking about Caleb Johnson in Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay. Maybe
he's talking about Caleb Johnson. Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, the K. Okay.
Yeah, I think he's talking about Caleb Johnson in Pittsburgh.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
I didn't even know he spelled Caleb with a K, but he said he ain't pass protecting well. So
got you. Got you. Because that's his division, and stuff.
Yeah.
So I thought he was referencing the Bears there. But yeah. It's gonna be fun, man. Looking forward to can't wait for the season to start, man.
Yeah, man.
Definitely looking forward to it, man. We got 4 weeks left of 4 weeks or 3 weeks left before the kickoff.
3.
Man, can't wait. Can't wait for that. Quick shout out to everybody watching, everybody tuning in. Again, in case you kind of came into the episode while we were going on here, this is the 10th anniversary of the Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast. We celebrated 10 years as a podcast. Be on the lookout for some announcements coming up in the next several episodes. We're trying to put some things together for you guys. Hopefully, it'll be special, and continue to support the brand. I mean, it's been one hell of a ride, and I don't know when this train's going to stop, but it's going to keep going for sure. Just a few more things here. We got a couple of merch items for you guys to check out. We got the t-shirt. Scan the QR code and go ahead and place your order there. And then we also got these new era trucker hats that I still got available here. So if you're interested, just scan the QR code. It'll take you right to our DM on Instagram, and just hit me up and let me know that you want one, and we'll get one shipped right to you right away. So, and also continue to follow us on social media. We got the Facebook page. Click that like button. Also, we are on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. We're reaching 200 subscribers. We're just about 7 away from that milestone. So, continue to support the brand there. Follow us on Instagram at Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast. Also on Twitter at Barbershop SPOR2. We got the Twitch channel as well. Hit us up with any comments or questions through email. The email you can reach us at is barbershopsportstalk1@gmail.com. And then if you're listening on the audio side, whether it's Google Play, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, write a review. Let us know what you think about the show. It definitely goes a long way. And glad to be back, man.
Yes, sir.
Looking forward to continuing these division episodes. We got one down in the AFC. We did all the NFC stuff before the break, so we got 3 more left, before the season kicks off, and it's gonna be fun. So, love, peace, and happiness to everybody out there. And as always, like we say, mind your damn business.
Drink some water, even though.
Oh yeah, we got him. Trey Frazier and Maestro Styles, we got one. Right back like we left some. We don't duck smoke, we want all of it. So line them up, Trey sharp with the blade, you know we sizing it up. I'm quick to catch the fade, you know Styles making the cut, cause we coming out clean every time that we showing up.
It's gonna be called The Barbershop.